Hey, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of FEM Talk. It is FEM Talk Tuesday, you guys, and we are going to get right into it. I'm going to bring these beautiful ladies in. The ladies of FEM Talk, we have Brandy, the disconnector.
Good evening.
Hello. We have Shima, she talks. Hey, you are muted, my dear. We can't hear you. We want to hear your voice.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, and we have Mimi Melissa, girl boss up.
Hello.
Hello. So tonight, everybody, or today rather, all day today, it is 2/22/22. So what does that mean? So first of all, those are my angel numbers, and my birthday is on the 22nd of March, actually, not February. However, it is 2/2. But 2/2 is the season of collaboration, balance, and renewed energy. So, and that's what we like to do here on Fem Talk, renew your energy. So I hope that we're bringing some balance to your life. We are collaborating on this particular show and with other amazing people, and this is the time for that. So another hot topic that we wanted to talk about, but Randy, take it away.
Yes. Sister Queen Simone Biles is happily engaged to her NFL player. I'm so excited. So
Yay!
that's my day for today. I'm so excited
Yes,
for her. I'm
yes.
so excited
We
she's
love,
finally
we love love. We love love on this
Love, love.
show.
yes.
Yay!
Congratulations to Simone Biles and her new beau. Well, fiance,
Congratulations.
future
Yes,
husband of
and
America.
we have Alicia out there, big sister.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for joining the show. All right, ladies. So, since we have talked about the hot topic, we are going to get into our main topic. So, the main topic for tonight, everyone, we are talking about Black History Month, honoring Black History Month. And in doing so, we are going to be talking about some hidden figures and trailblazers that are out there doing their thing, are
Yes.
beautiful people who are out there just blazing those trails. So, who wants to get this conversation started? Oh, she was putting up her finger, so we're gonna let you rock
Yes.
and roll with this one. Take it
Take
I'm
us
going to have to
in.
put my glasses on for this one.
away. All
Because
right.
I don't want to listen. I have somebody that I want to highlight, but I'm
Uh-huh.
not going to do her first. I'm going to shock y'all with
Okay.
some under 40 powerhouse, new and current
All
Black
right.
history figures.
All
I
right.
ain't gonna give the names of what they're doing, so I ain't gonna go crazy
Mhm.
because it's a good bit of them on here. But we're
Okay.
gonna start with Dr. Kismekia S. Corbett. She is 35, and
Oh
she
my.
was the lead scientist. I shouldn't say was, is
Mhm.
the lead scientist on the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine team. I'm sure
Okay.
there are gonna be mixed opinions about her, but you can't
No.
deny the fact that she was the first.
Bing. Come on.
Yes,
Come
Right.
on.
So whatever you want to say about this pandemic,
come on
lead
now.
scientist. Go
That's right.
ahead,
That's
Kismekia.
right.
Then we have Amanda Gorman. She is 22.
Yes. Love that young lady.
Youngest inaugural poet in U.S. history. She was
Mm.
amazing.
Yes. Love her.
What? Loved her. Then we have Rashida Jones. She is 39. She
Mm.
is the MSNBC president and first Black executive to run a major television news network.
Love
Come on
it.
now.
Go on, Rashida.
Yeah.
Come on, Rashida.
Go.
Rashida, we need to talk.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
need
we
some
do.
talk in your life, Rashida.
Let's put that into existence. Come on, Rashida.
Exactly. Then we have Nicholas Johnson. He is 23, and he is
Mm,
Princeton's first Black valedictorian.
love it.
Mm.
Love it. Love it.
You
Love
ain't
it.
steal nobody's education. Once you learn it, it's yours. Then we have Noah Harris, who is 21, and he's the first Black man to be a student body president at Harvard.
Mm,
They showing all these Ivy League schools. Y'all don't play
yes.
with us.
What?
I love it.
Don't play with us.
Well,
That's right.
now.
All
Then we
right,
have
Stephen, you're just
Sydney
showing
Barber.
out this evening. You're just showing out. Come on,
She
keep it going.
is
Keep
the
it going.
youngins, girl. You know I love me some youngins. These the youngins.
Yes.
Sydney Barber is 21. She is the U.S. Naval Academy's first Black female brigade commander. You know, I was liking that because I'm a Men of Honor movie fan. So when I saw her, I said, ooh, ooh, ooh. I like that. Yes, girl. Then there's Nia DaCosta, 31, first Black woman to direct a Marvel fan.
Woo!
I knew you would like that. Tracy and Mimi. Oh,
Love
you too,
And
Brandy.
Brandy.
Yes, I knew y'all would like that one.
Yes.
Jason Wright, 38,
Mhm.
first Black president of an NFL team.
All right.
All right.
And this is a duo here. I'm hoping I'm saying their name right. Two guys, Cheikh Kamara and Armias Tadis. They're both 20. They are co-founders of Black Gen. That's the name of the company, Black Gen Capital. Cornell University's first Black investment fund.
Wow.
Black
I gotta give a shout out to those newbies. Those
Group
babies.
economics
Those
on them.
under
Let's
40.
go.
And we need to
Those
talk to
under
them
40
too.
Trailblazers. You gotta
Yes.
give it to them.
They're making
Love
that
this
money.
from a way to set off the show. Love that. Love that. Love that.
Love
I mean, listen, you could have just taken this away tonight.
Come on
Girl,
now.
I was reading and getting excited because listen, we're of a certain age, so we done heard a lot of Black history, but
Yeah.
it's not always, but it's often it's the hair on my face. It's often the same ones and the older ones, and I'm not negating that, but the younger ones need to feel of the younger ones.
That's
But this
right.
goes to prove my point that I've made many times.
Yeah.
Our generation is the first one that is unhindered the way that the generations before it has been.
That's
And
right.
you're seeing the results of that. We didn't have to worry about hanging from trees.
I like
or
how you said our generation.
different levels.
I like
That's
that you
right.
put me in your generation. I
Right,
appreciate it.
exactly. Well, exactly.
I'm just saying, we're not too far apart. We're part of the same generation. Your generation is on the tail end of mine, or the parents of my generation. You guys are responsible for this too.
Yeah. And I you took the words right out of my mouth because I was gonna say that too, Brandy. Like we set them up. We set them up, and look how they are.
And we're
taking
knocking
them.
them down.
They are knocking
Yes,
them
they
down.
are.
So absolutely love that. So before we go into our commercial and segment, who wants to do another one? Who else wants to take it away?
Well,
y'all take too long. I'm gonna tell you about my meme.
I'll pick it up where Simi Dean dropped it because you left off on group economics, and y'all know one of my things that I love is group economics. So I love the gentleman by the name of Dr. Claude Anderson. If you've never heard of him, look him up, follow his work. He is somebody that has literally been fighting for decades on things like reparations and building real businesses, connecting with people like George Claude Anderson as well as others. But he's somebody that, unless you know to look him up, you're not going to find out much about him because he's doing big things that are going to have a huge impact. And they're basically hoping that he dies before he gets stuff accomplished. So look him up. He came out with a book called Powernomics that literally gives us a blueprint to do what them young men at Cornell are doing.
That's right.
That's why I love that. I love that. And we definitely need to find out their names and how to pronounce it properly.
Yes. And just say that book again, Brandy. Give everybody out there that book again.
Powernomics, the National Plan to Empower Black America. So he has another book called Black, what is it called? Black Labor, White Wealth. Now, don't let the title fool you. It's literally just about how we as Black Americans can do better in our own arena of things because unfortunately, some things just aren't set up to include us. And as you can see from my generation, we're tired of waiting to be allowed at the table. We're building our own table. Join us next.
Building our own table.
That's right. All right. So I think we are going to, before we get into another wonderful hidden figure and trailblazer, we are going to give you all a wonderful segment from our very own Brandy the Disconnector right after our commercial break. So everybody stay tuned and we are going to get into this. Let's go.
Hey, y'all. So, for today's little segment, I actually pre-recorded a video because what I'm showing you is a tool that I use to write things faster. So, as this video plays, I'll also go ahead and stream the little link that you guys can use to get to it if it's something that you find interesting. And here we go. Hey, everyone. Welcome to this installment of Tech Connect with the Disconnector. I'm going to show you a tool that I use when I'm experiencing writer's block, or I have a lot to write and I need to create a quick outline, or maybe I want to just create a blog and I don't want to put too much thought into it. So this tool is called Writer. You can get to it by going to writer.me. And if you want, of course, I'll drop a link inside of the comments once this video is over, or maybe even during the video. Who knows? So this is Writer. I want to start writing. As you can see, I've done a few things in here. So let's say I want to write a blog. I've already got it selected here. Blog section writing. So the section topic. Let's do technology making investing easier. All right. Social earn, income generation, easy profit, make money while you sleep, share your experiences, consumer marketing trends. Well, all these things are awesome for this type of blog post that we're going to create here. So you also get to choose the tone. So you have appreciative, assertive, awestruck, candid, casual, cautionary. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but let's go through informative. All right. And you can choose the number of variants. Do you want to come up with one thing to write about, two things to write about, three things to write about, and to expand on? So this is the fun part. I'm going to choose 2 variants. Creativity level, optimal. So I like optimal. Let's leave it there. Write for me. Let's see what it comes up with. All right. So we have about 2-3 paragraphs worth of information here, right? So social earn is something we'll wrap back around to on a different video. Ignore that. So investing is an important part of many people's financial lives. However, it can be hard to find the time and money to invest. True story. Now, mind you, let's say we come to this part. The app is also helpful for those who want to make some extra money on the side by promoting other people's experiences on their social media accounts. So let's say we like this right here. We can actually highlight it, click more, and have it expand. Have it speak some more for us. So it's added a little bit more. So as it continues to do that, you can continue to highlight and expand, or you can say, you know what, I don't even like the direction this is going in, and scrap the whole thing and come down here to the second part and see if you like it better. Even if you don't like what's written, it's written in a way that it'll give you ideas that if you're having a hard time just picking the thoughts out of your mind in order to get this done, a tool like this will help you at least get a starting point, a solid foundation for you to go from and make the process simpler. Because writing a blog on a regular basis can be tedious. if you don't have the kind of tools necessary to jog your mind for you. Sometimes we all need that little bit of inspiration. So once you're done here, you can actually highlight this, right? And you can check it for plagiarism to make sure you're not copying somebody unwittingly. This tool right here will save you thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, from being sued for copyright infringement. Don't do that. This tool helps you avoid that. And if it does come up with plagiarism, I will teach you about another tool called a spinner. If you've never heard of a spinner, you're going to love this tool, but you will have to wait until March to get that information. So guys, this is what I have for you today on Tech Connect with the Disconnector. If you love this tool or you want to learn more about it, just connect with me. I'm the Disconnector, but I still like to connect. And with that, that's the end of this video, and back to the regularly programmed schedule.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to FEM Talk. If you guys are just joining us, we are talking about Black History Month and honoring some hidden figures and trailblazers. If you missed Shima and Brandy's first set of trailblazers and hidden figures, I think you need to go back and watch because it was like, pow. So I'm going to bring the ladies in. We got Brandy, the Disconnector. Hello. We got Shima, she talks, hey, and we have Melissa, girl boss. So before we get back into the conversation, I just want to mention something really quickly, and it's something that's happening right now in my house, right? But when you think about hidden figures, not famous, right? But my grandma, my grandma, who is my son's great grandma, she is one of his hidden figures and trailblazers, and a woman that just loves on him, and their relationship is absolutely amazing. So they were just on the phone having some great conversation. I was listening to it. The segment was going on. So that's one of the hidden figures in my family. So I just had to mention that because I love the relationship that they have. So that's it, you guys. So let's get back into the conversation. I think, Brandy, you had another hidden figure for us, didn't you?
Yes, another awesome person that most people don't know about, but her work is very important. So my second person's name is Dr. Joy DeGruy. Dr. Joy DeGruy has a master's in clinical psychology, a master's in social work, and a PhD in social work research. So she has this book called Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. Now, any of us that interacted a lot with our old heads, you would notice strange things about them, right? How they were always suspicious of banks. Y'all seen that? Or whenever a loud noise happened, they startled. Their startle reflex was a little bit over the top. This book explains why that is. It's because essentially a lot of our older generation, and even some of us, have had trauma passed down through the ages just through our DNA or through by sharing different actions. So that startle response is that exaggerated startle response, that hypervigilance, the inability to really see a future for themselves. These are all symptoms of PTSD. But when we haven't been exposed to anything that really should impact us like that, it's likely lingering effects of post-traumatic slave syndrome. So that's why I absolutely love her. And I actually have a short clip I want to share with you guys, so you guys can like see this lady for yourselves and see why I'm like, yes, I need to know more about her.
Yeah, let's do it.
Post-traumatic slave syndrome is an explanatory theory that really looks at multi-generational trauma. One of the things that's difficult for people is their first response. Oh my God, that happened so long ago. We're talking about people being captured, shipped, sold, beaten, raped, experimented on. And then you have to ask the question, did the trauma continue? Yes. So 300 years of trauma, no help, free. No help, more trauma. If it's a sustained trauma, then the impact of that is also sustained. When we look at multi-generational trauma, we're looking at people who are maybe victims of natural disasters and their families, children, generations of folks who have experienced war. And we know that there are residual mental, emotional, traumatic impact.
So y'all only get a little clip of that. That is Dr. Joy DeGruy. Her information isn't just theory. This is information that she spent years researching and structuring in a way that she could reteach it, and created several ways to back up everything that she came. And I just want to read real quick what she goes over in this page 42 of her book. And I'm just going to read one little smidgen here. So she's talking about Dr. Linnaeus. And Dr. Linnaeus, if anybody knows, is the founder or the person given the credit for discovering anthropology. So Linnaeus describes Homo americanus as reddish, caloric, abstinent, contented, and regulated by custom, meaning Native Americans. Anybody didn't catch that? Homo europaeus as white, fickle, sanguine, blue-eyed, gentle, and governed by laws. Europeans and Nordic descent individuals, also known as Caucasians. Homo asiaticus as sallow, grave, dignified, avaricious, and ruled by opinion, also known as Asians. And Homo afer as black, phlegmatic, cunning, lazy, lustful, careless, and governed by caprice. Now, as the founder of an entire society...
Say that, governed by what?
Caprice. So we can go into and define what caprice means, but I'm pretty sure if you paid attention to the things that came before it, it probably ain't nothing nice.
Right.
But
I'm sorry, what was that last word? Governed by what?
Caprice. C-A-P-R-I-C-E.
I'm getting angry. I had to look at my own finger.
Watch out.
These are the same people that are seen to be the founders of major sciences that conduct and help us understand society and the human condition and how we have evolved and so on and so forth. So there are literally books based on the findings of these older people like this gentleman, such as, you know, how doctors have some kind of belief that black women don't experience pain like other people. Well, black people don't experience pain like other people. It's because of doctors like this, who I learned about because of Dr. Joy DeGruy pulling all the information into one book to not only help us understand what has happened to us, but how to identify it, work through it, and work past it so that we can be as positively impactful as possible. So that's why I love Dr. Joy DeGruy.
Wow. Can you show that book again? Just put that title up there too again.
So it's called Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. And you can see her name down here, Dr. Joy DeGruy. And the subtitle is America's Legacy of Enduring Injury and Healing. Now, one thing she does, and this is what I also love about her, she does identify that a lot of Caucasian people, in my opinion, you have white people, you have people that happen to be white, but the majority of white people just have a huge level of cognitive dissonance that doesn't allow them to relate to what we've been through as a people, how far we've come, and why some of the things are the way they still are. go back to the Willie Lynch letter, we were basically given an operating system that we have yet to fully break. But that's a whole other conversation. That's part of what's in this book as well.
Yeah, that's good stuff, Brandy. That's good stuff. Yeah.
That's real good.
Ooh, that's heavy. We gotta break these cycles, break these cycles. But when you hear those descriptions, which is why she would probably better figure out, it's so disturbing, right? Because and then that's that mind trickery, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So disturbing. So okay, we're gonna get into our next hidden figure. Mimi, take it away. What do you have for us tonight?
You know what I have a couple of things, but I want to say one thing, and because I was having a conversation with a couple of family members, and one of the things they pointed out, which is very similar to what Shima pointed out last week, was that they don't like Black History Month. You know, because what they want is American history. We are part of American
history.
That's it, right?
Exactly. And designating 1 month for the history of this country is it doesn't you know, because to that point they made a point. You don't hear Asian History Month, this History Month. You don't, and you don't because that part of it's listed in we have months now. What happened, everybody now wanted different months for themselves, but at the same time, you know, there's not White History Month, there's not, you know, and all of these things are indicative of, because American history is everyone. It's the tapestry of all of our races, nations that we've come from, that our hues that we all represent, that it should be part of history. And one of the big movements that we need to really get behind is to have the and many schools, many places have done this, is to get the history books that are being shared with our students and our and adults to include all history, you know, Amistad movement and other things, you know, to include all of this in the history books.
Yes.
The correct history. The real history, so that when you read history, it's all the history represented, not just a skewed version of what really happened.
Because then that goes back to that mind trickery, right? What you learn in the textbooks, that's what happened, right? But that's not really.
I have another point to add to that.
Yeah.
To all of these folks, I don't even need to define who y'all are, that think Black history and critical race theory are the same thing. Sit down, have several seats, and go read a book, dang it. They're not the same thing. And critical race theory is important. It's very important. And the only reason why so many people are so far against it is because it makes certain individuals look like the bad guy. But like, if you were the bad guy, just be that, because you're not that anymore for the most part, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
you would hope.
You would hope. So confront the history, tell the truth, and let it be what it is.
Yeah.
You're uncomfortable.
If our people have shown anything, it's that we are highly forgiving. The only problem that we really have is that you won't leave us the hell alone.
Why can't you just get along? Why can't we just be friends?
Be friends. But you know, and I think you know, the as we just start acknowledging history, acknowledging what really happened with everyone, because you know, one of the things I was also sharing with people is, you know, because you see me, always assume I'm a Black woman, you know, but what I don't get credit for is being Hispanic, because I am, you know, and coming from parents from the West Indies and from our Central American countries. And we've been all kind of put in groups because of color. And there's so much more history to be shared that we need to stop limiting ourselves to just a designated time of the year.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's my first thing, you know, because I think it goes remiss if we don't make that point. That we need to be part of the history telling that our students, our own children read every week, every month, every year.
Yeah.
So that needs to be said. But that being said, as you know, I am all about girl bossed up.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
all
right.
about women making history.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to have one of our living legends on here. You know, shout out to our guest that's going to be coming on, Miss Theodora Smiley Lacey. Yes. Our living legend in a couple of weeks will be gracing us.
Yes.
That being said, I just wanted to highlight some other people that are making history, because that's another thing I want to make a point. We are still making history.
Absolutely.
We are, every day we make history. Every day when we walk into our workplaces, when we're the first one to walk in, when we're the first one to hold offices, when we're still the first one to open up and shatter ceilings, we're making history. So I just wanted to give that. So write down your history making moment, because we are all making history.
That's right. Put it in.
Yes.
Give us a hashtag 22 on 22 today.
Some other ladies that are making history. Chef Mariah Russell is the first Black woman to earn a Michelin star. If you know anything about food, that Michelin star is enormous in terms of who you are as a chef. She's our first Michelin star award recipient. She's a chef of the cuisine at Kiko, a Michelin star Japanese restaurant in Chicago. Yes, she is.
You need to go check that out. I love Japanese food. I just had sushi earlier today.
Yes, when we go to Chicago, maybe that's what we're going to be doing.
Yes. We will all be at the Power of We, right, ladies?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that is one of our women making history. Another one, y'all know who this is, but it is worth sharing. Our Blackish star, Marsai Martin, is the youngest executive producer in history. Forget about her. She's the youngest.
Yes.
Very good. Yes. I love it.
Yes, she is. And you know who she is. She's 15. She started the role as Diane in her hit comedy series. Blackish. I know we all watched that. Yes, shout out. This is their last year making history. But that being said, she is our first producer and starred in the show Little, and I think it just says a lot to what she's done and who she continues to be, and whatever support and love we can continue to give her and so many other of our young stars. Go ahead and give it.
Yes.
Very excited.
All right.
That's wonderful.
I have to mention, especially since my coach is watching out there, I have to mention the other Blackish star, my namesake, Tracy Ellis Ross, which my coach is always calling me Tracy Ross. Yes, I'm calling her with Lauren. So I'm just bringing those vibes of Tracy Ellis Ross, because I love her as well. So I had to mention her as well.
I love it. And I think those are these are our sheroes, our heroes that we look to. And I think one of the things, just to kind of flip it a little bit, the reason why these times of recognition. Now I will say this. Times of recognition are so important because we need to be motivated, encouraged, empowered that we too can do these things.
Yeah,
that's right.
That we too can make these strides. And to Brandy and Shima's point, these are people who are doing it. They are in the back rooms, and during their times, they were probably shunned. It was probably talked about, like many of us are. Come on, let me say it again. Like many of us are talked about, are shunned, are denigrated in public because of who and what we've done, and the people that come against us, because we are doing something.
She is preaching tonight, y'all.
We are doing something.
And if you want to keep talking, because we still gonna keep winning.
Come on. And when you hear somebody talking about one of us, stop. Because they're probably talking about one of us. And I'm talking to because I know they are out there talking about me today. But that being said, they talk about us because we're making a difference, because we're saying something, because we're doing something. And that should motivate you to keep on doing it. As my mama said, if they ain't talking about you, then you probably aren't doing anything. So let them talk.
All right. All right.
My last person, because I am all about the sports. History, our most decorated Olympian, Miss Allison Felix. And she did this after having a baby. Come on now.
Right after.
Come on
right
now.
after. That baby is 9 months.
What? She is the most decorated track and field athlete in history with 9 Olympic medals. Come on now.
Wow.
Yes. All right.
She did it. And she did it. And those are, you know, we could pick all kinds of people, but I just want to pick those 3 out because these are what I like about these women is that they are making history, and even in spite of their color, and not even because of their color, they are making history. So those are my 3.
All right.
I got a question though. Is that the same young lady that Nike decided not to give a deal because of her pregnancy, and then she created her own shoe company?
Put a hashtag 22.
Boom.
Is that lady?
That one.
Boom.
Damn, Nike. Look what you done did now.
Yes.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because one of our other guests we're going to be having soon. Another shout out to a woman making history, Ariel Chambers. She's going to be coming on soon, and she's out there making history. But she has this awesome video of women in sports making history, and they talk about how these women were not afforded. Some of these women were not afforded these contract deals that were given to others, men, sports athletes, and these are all African American women who are out there getting these sneaker deals, and even when they're shunned by some of these you know, one of these who's, they go out and they do their own thing.
Yeah, and we'll have to show her video next show. So join us next week, and we'll show that video next week.
I love it.
All right, you guys. So I only have one person for you, but this is a person that I absolutely love what she's doing. So my trailblazer, my hidden figure is Shonda Rhimes. So first I'm going to give you a quote because she just did an interview in Mamma Mia, and she says, "I see myself as one of the most powerful people on television." And what she did in this article, to get this correct, she said not one of the most powerful women in television.
That's right.
People. So she said, don't classify me as a woman because I am competing with the men. So Shonda Rhimes right now, she is from Chicago, Illinois, where we will be soon. She is 52 years old. She is a producer, a screenwriter, and an author. She's best known, or first known, I should say, for Grey's Anatomy, even though she had done work before Grey's Anatomy, but best known for that, which started in 2005 and has been running ever since. The Grey's is still on. She's also known for the spinoff Private Practice from Grey's Anatomy, and then a show that I just absolutely loved was Scandal. So what Shonda Rhimes
Olivia.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she tests the intellect.
All the waters.
The plot twist that she does.
All the limits.
Absolutely. So I absolutely love her. Some other shows that she has out there. She did a Spanish show, A Corazón Abierto. She also had Bridgerton. And another show that's on Netflix right now, which is called Inventing Anna, which is actually really good. I looked for Shonda Rhimes, right? So she was originally with ABC, got frustrated with ABC. Okay, there was a little snafu there at ABC where they had given her tickets to Disneyland that she was giving to family members, and one of the tickets was not working. And when she called executives at that network, she was not received very well for that. And she knew that it was time to go. So then she ended up being courted by Netflix prior to her leaving ABC and decided to go to Netflix. So, and she is doing amazing things on Netflix. But what she also said was she changed the culture of TV so that more people can turn on the TV and see people like themselves. She said, and the thing about it was her storytelling is that it allows people to find the sameness in differences. So if you guys have ever seen Bridgerton, right? This is something that was set back, and I can't remember the actual time frame. Set back in history, old world London. You know, there were not high society Black people that they were actually showing, right? Or show on other television shows. She tested that completely. She had the Duke was Black, the Queen was Black. Okay, so she just really took it out of the box. And the way she does her stories and writes her stories, you don't even really think about the color of the person that you see. Everybody's the same on her shows because the plot twist and everything that's going on is so good that everybody is viewed the same. So that's my opinion. Everybody go out there, watch it. But she is doing some amazing things. She is also an author. She
So
has
many shows.
She's 3 books, I think it is. 2 that I wanted to mention is The Year of Yes, How to Dance It Out. Love the title. And the other one is Stand in the Sun and Be Your Own Person. So who better than a trailblazer to write a book like that, to talk to you about being your own person? And while doing all of this, she is a mama of 3 kids. All right. Trailblazing herself. And then I just wanted to mention also, prior to Grey's Anatomy, she had done Introducing Dorothy Dandridge back in 1999 with Halle Berry, of which Halle Berry actually won a Golden Globe Award for that particular movie. So that was early in the prime. So I just want to put a hashtag 22 on that movie. Shonda, we need to talk. The ladies of Fem Talk, we need to talk to you, Shonda.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
Shonda,
we do.
you are always welcome here.
And one of the other things. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
One, what did you learn, ABC?
Stop.
And
Hello.
2,
That's
what
right.
do y'all think about all these remakes that they're doing in various movies to make them more diverse all of a sudden?
You know,
Give me some crumbs. Give me some crumbs. Give me some crumbs.
and you know, I think it speaks to the quality of things that are out there. Shonda Rhimes, and we talked about this also on Fem Talk a couple of weeks ago. When she did Scandal, she put sexy back in that Black woman's genre.
Yes.
With Kerry Washington. Because remember, we talked about how
let me interrupt you for 1 second. I want to say sexy and powerful.
Yes, sexy and powerful. Thank you for that. Because remember, we talked about how Black women have been already put on the bottom of the totem pole when it came to being seen as attractive. Like you said, women desired and all of that stuff. That, like you said, she took that off and now by putting Kerry Washington in that lead role and making her one of the most desirable women by one of the most powerful men.
Yes.
Really allowed people to look at our sexiness again, and not so much, you know, what the world and what social media had made us, but now just that she put that back in there, and she purposely did it that way because of that.
Yeah.
And then, like, to your point, those roles, she's allowing people, she's reshaping the thought of who we are and who we've been made to be by social media. To Brandy's point, what she read, how people have been seeing us. She's changing the perspective on how women, Black women, how Black men, how Black culture is being looked at in society.
Absolutely. Redefining. Yes. So I just wanted to I kept Ryan's comment up there because I just wanted to read that. So men and women can serve side by side. One group do not have to desire to lead, to be in front of each. Learn to walk side by side. And that is exactly what Shonda Rhimes is doing.
I won't even say learn to walk side by side. I say learn to know who leads what. Sometimes the men folks are stronger at stuff than us, and sometimes we're stronger. Know when it's necessary to fall back, damn it.
All right.
Sometimes being a good follower makes you just as strong as a leader.
Yes. So ladies, we are going to take a quick last commercial break, and then we are going to come back and wrap up this conversation here on Fem Talk. Let's do it. Here we go. All right,
shoot, I might need to look into that myself. I love trading.
We are back. We are back. And if you guys have been watching, or if you are just joining, we are celebrating Black History Month and discussing hidden figures and trailblazers. And there have been, yes, so many wonderful people that have been mentioned on here tonight. If you have missed any part of this show, please go back and watch, because you are going to want to catch these names that have been mentioned tonight. Do some research on these people. So I'm going to start off the closing comments or comments to get us back into this, because I got on my Made for Greatness t-shirt here, and we are all, every one of us, anybody watching, we are all made for greatness. So go out there, get your piece of greatness. You heard all of the amazing things that the people that we mentioned are doing. You are not excluded from that. You can also do exactly what you want to do and have your own piece and own touch of greatness in this world. We are all made for it. So go out there and get it. Ladies, take it away. Who wants to do it first? Give us your closing comments.
I got one. I'm not going to read this whole lady's, bio. I just want to make a point of what Mimi said about how we're seen and how Shonda Rhimes and Olivia Pope brought us back into a different viewpoint. This woman, I gotta put my glasses on. One time when we gonna have a show about these glasses and being 450. I'm gonna talk to y'all about it.
I can't see you right now.
Right. I love y'all, but I gotta read. Okay. This lady's name is Rosalind Brewer. She's 58. She is currently, as if she hadn't done enough, she's currently the CEO of Starbucks. She currently serves at Starbucks, not CEO, sorry, COO, Starbucks. But as if being the third Black woman in the COO role wasn't enough, she will soon be taking on Walgreens as the CEO and the only Black woman to currently lead a Fortune 500 company. So she said, I got some stuff to do. I got stuff to do. She's not finished. But what made me think more about her, she was always one of my topics, but more about what Mimi said was a statement she made, and she's very transparent when she says it. She says she faced a lot of challenges. One being very few Black women in the C-suite. She said, when you're a Black woman, these are her words, you get mistaken a lot. She said she was speaking a 2018 speech at her alma mater, which is Spelman. She said, you get mistaken as someone who could actually not have that top job. Sometimes you're mistaken for the kitchen help. Sometimes people assume you're in the wrong place. And she said, all I could think about in the back of my head is, no, you're in the wrong place. So when you were saying that, you have to think like that. You have to have that mindset. You're gonna run into people who think you don't get that seat at the table. Okay. I want to get that seat at the table. You don't want to leave a seat open for me? Slide your chair over a little bit.
That's right.
Slide your chair over a little bit, and I'm gonna stand right here.
That's right.
I'm gonna look down on the table and see the same stuff you guys are seeing.
Yeah. And I can remember going to the Pennsylvania Women's Conference and hearing Michelle Obama speak. And what sticks with that is she always said, when you get your place at the table, make sure you use your voice too.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because your voice has to be used. I mean, because I'm gonna just say this. This black girl magic that we're able to, as Shima beautifully says, sprinkle on. We make the changes we make and the strides we make are unheard of.
That's right.
Right.
We changed the platforms. We changed the makeup of sports, of movies, of history, of politics, because when we come on with a different take. We come on with a different mind frame. We come on with a background that people haven't experienced before. That's why when we come in, we make the difference is amazing. But to your point, we're not even recognized as those people.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I was at a conference, and this is the time where I was the CFO, COO of a $1 billion organization. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at a conference, and my assistant, white man, standing next to me, went up to a vendor. And this is the vendors, the conference, and they're trying to sell you everything.
Mm-hmm.
He saw him and me and went directly to him and gave him the 30-second, 1 minute spiel why we should do business with him.
Mm-hmm.
And my assistant, again, my white man assistant, he let him finish and say, well, you was talking to the wrong person the whole time. She the one in charge. I finally turned at me and said, hello. I said, see you later. Because he never even considered that I was the one in charge.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that's
exactly when people do that,
what Shima's saying. Many people, it happens all the time. I'm just giving you one example that I have. I have many.
Yeah.
Right.
I wish it was the only time that happened.
Yeah.
I wish it was the only time I had to put people in place to let them know if you want something, you have to. It happens all the time. I'm saying that to say is that's why we need to become part of history, because if we are seen as part of the change, part of the history making capacity, then we won't be mistaken.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't hold my breath for that to happen though, just because like if that were to happen, you would realize that the foundation, the very thing that we are on right now, the internet, was actually created by Woo!
Well,
how many of y'all know that?
Well, listen, we need a pound 22 on that one, because we could go back in history and tell you a whole lot that was invented by them.
Yeah, the patent office was created in order to steal ideas. Now, you can be upset about that, or you can learn the truth and learn to work around it, through it, over it, whatever you need to do, because the truth is the truth. And I wish I had Lawrence Bell right now to you don't need to get mad, because this is truth. You need to know how to work with it accordingly. Some of history's most important moments to know and know about.
That's right.
Aren't necessarily ooey gooey super awesome things that you want to know. That's the reason why a lot of us are lost in the cycle, because we're scared to confront the history so we can have the information necessary to move accordingly.
Yeah.
You want to sit here in this fairy tale, and it's not necessarily a fairy tale, but we can make it. We can create a super amazing, powerful ending. But you have to embrace the good, the bad to get to the good. Because if you don't, what do we all know about history? Those of us that don't know it are what? Doomed to repeat it. Learn your history, otherwise you're going to unknowingly repeat it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the purpose of it. We learn to grow. And to your point, pain. We grow in pain. So we take the pain
do it the best
of the past. That's right. There's a lot of pain in the past.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pain we experience. We're currently experiencing pain.
Yeah.
Let's grow from that so that we can not repeat the mistakes of what we came out of, but really grow as a society. And I think that's the point.
Not to say we're not gonna make mistakes. What I'm saying is make some new ones.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But it's in that we get the opportunity to try it again.
Yeah.
And to do it better.
Yeah.
Learn from those and make other ones.
That's right.
Right.
So listen, though we are always getting these good conversations going, right? We want to wrap this up, but we want to let everybody know about our Fem Talk merch out there. We do have Fem Talk glasses for the beautiful people out there. You can go to femtalkmerch.com and get your glasses, your wine mugs, and enjoy a glass of wine with us every Tuesday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard time. All right, everybody. So listen, next week, let me take this down for you. You can see all these beautiful faces here. Next week, we have, as Mimi mentioned earlier, we have Mrs. Theodora Lacey, who is coming on for Women in History. So we can't wait to talk to her and hear some of the stories that she has for us in terms of how she has herself and other women like her, or in combination with her, trailblazed behind the scenes and in front of the scenes in Teaneck, New Jersey, to make a difference in that community. And I've heard so many good things about her, so I can't wait to hear all of her stories. You guys, we have also just want to say to you guys, if you have missed any part of this, go catch us on E360 TV. You can find us on Amazon, Roku, on Apple TV, Android TV. And listen, if you need to catch us on the go, that's right, Brandy.
I'm telling you.
You need to catch us on the go.
We're everywhere.
I
was on the plane coming from Africa watching Fem Talk.
That's right.
And I watch Fem Talk and I watch Fem Talk. So I missed it.
That part.
That's right. That's right. That's right. All right, you guys. So this has been another episode. Quickly, you guys, if you want to give something else really quick. I just want to mention before we do that, because Ryan King was out there on fire, just giving us a whole group of women.
That's right.
Trailblazers and Hidden Figures. So thank you for that, Ryan. We just want to mention that. All of these wonderful women that he mentioned out there. And he's given us a shout out. Thank you, Ryan, for that. We love you, Ryan. And for everybody else who joined, and Jeanette, Alicia, Kiki P, Mr. Lauren.
Great watchers
out there. Thank you for watching us tonight. So you guys, any last remark that you want to make really quickly before we close it out?
Only remark I'll make is go out there and make your history.
All right.
Go out there.
Yes.
Do your thing.
Yes.
Find your history.
Yes.
Look for it. Look for it in your immediate surroundings, in your community, in your homes. Tracy made a point. One of her hidden figures is her grandmother. Another one of her and my hidden figures is my godmother and her great aunt. I'm taking this moment just to make mention to her, because I want to be able to say that I did when I'm not able to anymore.
Amen.
I got two things. My daddy is a living member of history, being from Farmville, Virginia. And my mother is a cycle breaker, being that she broke a cycle that led to me. And I'm about to do some awesome things, whether y'all know about them or not, because I like to move in silence.
You already are.
Right. That's right. Disconnector.
All right, everybody. This is another episode of Fem Talk.